1978. China is exhausted after decades of political chaos. But a new figure steps into the spotlight. 74-year-old Deng Xiaoping. To the world, he appears calm, practical, and completely different from Chairman Mao. Deng believes only the Communist Party can lead China, but not without bold reforms. Alongside allies Hu Yaobang and Zhao Ziyang, he launches a national mission, the Four Modernizations: agriculture, industry, defense, and technology.
A new voice of dissent. In Beijing, the talk of ideological liberation sparks a wave of courage. Activists begin posting political messages on Beijing's Xidan Street, soon known worldwide as the Democracy Wall. Then comes a moment that shocks the nation. Wei Jingsheng, a young electrician, signs his real name on an essay titled The Fifth Modernization, Democracy. Days later, he is arrested. Deng responds with the four basic principles, making one thing clear: China will reform its economy, not its one-party rule.
China opens to the world. Deng makes a stunning move for a communist state. He visits the United States, the first Chinese leader to do so since 1943. Cowboy hats, rodeos, Texas barbecue, Americans love him. And Deng makes it clear, China is ready to do business. Soon, China launches its most daring experiment, special economic zones, including Shenzhen, which was then nothing more than farmland. Foreign money pours in, factories rise, millions get jobs, and for the first time in generations, famine disappears from the Chinese countryside. The big takeoff and big tensions. Universities reopen. A new generation of Chinese youth dreams bigger than ever before. But China also faces hard realities: exploding population, a newly introduced one-child policy, and a widening gap between rural and urban life. Meanwhile, rising political expectations clash with the party's limits. When reformist leader Hu Yaobang dies in 1989, millions take to the streets, especially students in Tiananmen Square. They call for democracy, freedom of speech, a better future. But on June 3, 1989, the army enters Beijing. Gunfire, tanks, chaos.
Sanctions follow. Foreign investment dries up. China's economy stalls. But Deng, now in his late 80s, refuses to let his vision collapse. In 1992, he launches his legendary Southern Tour, demanding faster reform and deeper engagement with global markets. The result? China embraces something unprecedented: a socialist market economy, communist politics, capitalist growth. And it works. By the mid-1990s, hundreds of millions escape extreme poverty, but new problems rise: inequality, pollution, corruption, and a massive rural-to-city migration.
The rise of a global power. Deng dies in 1997, but the China he shaped begins to transform the world. Under leaders like Jiang Zemin, China joins the World Trade Organization, powering the Made in China boom that floods American stores and reshapes global trade. Skyscrapers rise. Pollution rises with them. The 2008 Beijing Olympics showcases a new China, confident, wealthy, ambitious. Yet freedom remains tightly controlled. The Great Firewall blocks outside information. Ethnic unrest in Tibet and Xinjiang is met with force. Surveillance becomes part of daily life. And in 2012, a new leader emerges, Xi Jinping, marking the next chapter in China's rise.
A century of transformation. from a fractured post-imperial society to one of the world's most powerful nations. China's story is one of ambition, tragedy, triumph, and incredible change. And the world, especially the United States, continues to feel the impact today.